So when you look up the definition of what the mercy of God is, it has all these different descriptions and definitions in regard to actions, the nurturing part of him. It says it's compassionate decision to withhold judgment, condemnation, things that we rightfully deserve because of sin. Jeez. Who wouldn't serve a God like that? And when you think of the mercy of God, how he gives new mercy every morning, that's his loving kindness, right? We take it for granted because we hear it so much. We take it for granted because I don't think we really know in depth who God is to us personally. And I believe that that's what he's moving us to do in our secret time, in our space. That's what he's moving us to do when it comes to worship, when it comes to consecration, when it comes to fellowship. Sometimes learning from them what a mercy is when you're forgiven and you don't deserve it, right? I also wanted to look up what it meant, the difference between grace and mercy, because I was like, Lord, well, they kind of sound the same. But when you look at the definition, it says grace is giving something that you don't deserve. Mercy is withholding something that you do deserve. I said, aha. So when he says new mercies every morning, wouldn't you serve a God like that? That knows that because of our sin, what we deserve, even when we don't always listen to him, when we deliberately disobey him, when we don't forgive, when we're holding record of wrongs, when we are the ones that are wrong on the other end, and he still forgives us in his mercy. I want to say he even gives us the grace to receive all these things that we don't deserve, because he knows our heart. He knows how challenging it is for us to do his will a majority of the time. But when we pray and ask God to help us with a compassionate heart, help us to have a willing heart to do what he's calling us to do and to follow his instructions and to be obedient, I believe that he'll honor that and he'll continue to work with us because he sees that we're going to fall. We're human. And I think that's what people miss when they're teaching about Jesus and they're teaching about God in church. So anyone out there who's learning about God and feels like this type of God doesn't have mercy, this type of God treats me a certain way, or I'm blaming him for whatever you might have gone through, or maybe your heart is hurt, he's a merciful God. Like, he loves us that much that the nurturing part of him wants to withhold this thing from you because he knows you will fall. So what type of God would you serve? What type of God?